disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. On Tuesdays, we got the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff, and Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Inner Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. So, Angel, I got a question. Before we get into it, Angel, I got a question. So now you finally know about a couple of the new shows that are coming out.
I was just about to say something. I was just about to say something. Just about to. I was about to be like, hold on, time out. We're not about to act like those shows don't exist now because I finally know something.
Well, Trav didn't tell me when they're starting or what days they're coming out yet, so I can't announce what they are yet. And
the traditional way said Thursday. At least that's what it said on the online.
Well, and that's also is not going to be every week. I know that. Okay. I think it's every other week. And
what's the other one? I didn't see the other one.
We can't talk about it. Can't talk about it.
Okay.
I know what the other is. We can't talk about it.
Finally, he's happy about it.
I know. Well, that was the first one he told me. Then me, I'm over there getting murdered in goddamn group chat for picture. You know what's crazy? Let me tell you something. I realized I was looking at the exact logo, just the kick, right? And I'm like, damn, why have I seen that before? I'm like, is that Richard Plowden? Is that your uncle axe kicking someone? I'm like, damn. Let me tell you how dumb I am, people. It's the damn Martial Arts Center Network logo. I did not realize it was that logo. I completely ignored all the stuff around it. I was completely thrown off. But yeah, now I know. So I can't wait, man, because the group that we're gonna have, oh god, it's gonna, and then one of them is gonna be like one of them you're gonna enjoy, Joe. One of them you're gonna enjoy.
And I think there's one or two other shows that might be coming off. So you know, Travis,
I know about one of them. I know about one of them. Everybody, I'm not gonna say who it is, but I will say our director is gonna be making a comeback to the screen. So just be ready for that. Our directors are making a comeback.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun time. The main game is expanding.
Growing. Listen, I will say, man, we've actually expanded a lot in the past couple of months. If you think about it, we have the traditional way, then we have on Inside Scoop. They have now in Fender, my old teammates. Then we have like two other shows that are coming out. So it's like about 4 shows, man, that have come out in the past couple of months. Like that's pretty good. That's really good. Actually. Yeah, thank God you said that. I was about to stop you and be like, there's no way I knew about the shows, and you're not gonna say nothing. Give them people their respect. But man, I can't wait. I'm excited.
I'm gonna have to write it down when we finally get the new shows and the new dates and everything, man. I'm gonna have to write it down.
You spent so long memorizing our intro, and then now you're gonna have to redo a whole new intro now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll memorize it again.
Yeah.
Because when Gene's not here, I just wing it, and I pretty much got it down.
I'll tell you what, for Gene, if you want to know how when it goes to us starting when it's our shows, we spend at least 5-6 minutes. Who wants to do the intro? Now you do it. Nah, I don't want to do it. Nah, and every time I'm like, I really I don't think I could do it without laughing or messing up. You do it. You do it way better than me.
If I messed it up, listen, man, I'm the type of person, and I've been this way, and karate really helped me with this. If I mess something up, I just mess it up. I'll just be like, well, didn't happen this time. Sorry. And I just don't care. Like, I live my life that way. And I try to teach my kids to do that because, like, why are you going to go through life worrying about messing up all the time? Like, you can't think like that. If you think like that, you're always going to mess up just because you're so worried about it.
Like,
that's true. You gotta, if you're gonna do it good and do it big. If you're gonna mess it up, just mess it up big, man. Just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what life is about, man. You don't, you fall on your face and you get up, you laugh, you dust yourself off, and keep on going.
Ooh, dropping gems already. God, we
Gym, man. Like,
Christ.
that's that's how I've learned to live my life, just in general. Like, at work or something like that. If somebody is teaching me something and they're getting frustrated because like I'm not picking it up right away. Now this was early on. I know my stuff now, and I'd be like, you know what? Like I'm gonna get it. That's okay. Like chill out, man. Like you didn't just come in here and start throwing stuff around and figuring everything out. So don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I get it. We're good.
Joe, let's talk about some more crazy weather, man. So it's hot. It's hot right now in Detroit, Angel. It's real hot, man. We were in the 90s today, and
Bro,
they canceled school. They canceled school for tomorrow. I don't know about Wednesday. For some schools, are your kids out for tomorrow, Joe?
I didn't see anything yet.
Okay, they
I'll tell
closed
you right now,
schools. The Detroit public schools are letting out early, so this is dumb. So they're letting the kids out 4 hours early. So the kids go to school at 8:30 and they out at 11:30. Why send your
That's
kids
a half day?
Yeah. What's the point of that?
Because they want to add it to the end of the school year. They want to add it to the end of the school year. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Because I'm gonna stick on my teachers on here. We do not want. It's only the first week of school. We do not want to know that we already have an extra day. Let us have a half a day. That's fine. Let us have a
bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why.
Are you over there at the school year? Absolutely not.
I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit, because you guys, teachers, also have it built in where you guys have so many snow days that you have to use for the year. Also, you have it built in.
You get 3, then you have to add a day at the end of the year.
Yeah, and you already want them to use it?
Up until I thought Detroit had 5. I thought, but no. This is what I'm saying. Let's say if you have a situation where you don't use all of those snow days, you're not getting out a couple days earlier at the end of the year. So what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? So what does it matter?
Angel, what do you think about that, Angel?
Yeah, Angel, tell us.
And wait, am I there?
Your face says it all. What do you think, Angel?
I swear to God, I can't see you guys.
Angel, are you surprised?
He looks like he's surprised. He looks like he's about to say something, doesn't he, Joe?
Hey, do you got something to say on this?
I'm gonna back out. I'll be right back.
I can't sit here and do this all day.
I can't even move.
You want to talk about the movie yet?
I can't even move my mouse. I can't.
He's shocked by what I said, Joe. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. He's like he's going to say, "Are you serious? Are you serious right now, bro?"
This sucks.
I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, just for the beginning at least, watch this on YouTube.
Right.
Nah, don't do that. Come on, Al.
Yes.
Come on, Al. That's not. I know what face it's making. Don't do that.
Promise you right now. Screen grab this. Oh, dang it. Screen grab this. And we're going to turn that into a GIF or something. Oh, my God. Well, if my face freezes like that, like I'm done.
I know one time I was froze like that, so I know how it feels.
Man, it's never, you never get frozen in like a good position, like smiling or happy. It's always something weird and goofy face. Oh man. So altogether, the week's been good. Spending time with family, a lot of fantasy football drafts, still got a few more to go. Michigan won, so that made me happy. Mm-hmm. I wasn't that impressed with Ohio State. If Indiana could have just had some offense, I think they could have done better.
I didn't even pay attention. How much did Ohio State win by?
I mean, they won by a good amount, but they struggled the whole first half.
Okay.
Like it was a pretty good defensive battle. Just Indiana couldn't get nothing going on offense the whole game. Because I think it was like 7-3 by the first half. I mean, for a number 3 team against, an unranked team, I just thought like, okay. And then watching TCU lose, that was nice. So to Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado, yeah.
Deion Sanders and his son. So that was good to see, man. Like, man, like this dude, he just can't do nothing wrong. I swear.
This is the year that they go to a 12-team playoff, isn't it? And at the end of the year,
I think there's still 4.
at the end of this year, I thought it was
Yeah,
12
I think
this
next
year.
year. No, I don't even think it's going up that high yet. I thought it was going to 8.
No. It is. It's going to 12. At least that's what I
Is it
saw.
really?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, I hope so. It would be nice, but you know what? Like, don't get me wrong. I like when Michigan finally gets his respect, but I almost like it better when we're the underdog and we can just punch people in the mouth. Sitting at number 2 just kind of puts a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, this is it. College football playoff expands to 12 teams beginning in 2024.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that'll be nice. Should be interesting. I mean, other than that, just been.
So you know what?
Getting with the family.
So it says beginning 2024, but is that the 2024 season to 2025 or 23 to 24? I don't know.
I mean, the bowl games happen with the new year mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they consider this season, because I know like football will call this season the 2023-2024 season.
Yes.
So do they say in the 2024-2025 season?
Let me look at this.
I don't know.
See. Yeah.
So that should be interesting. I mean, all the analysts, when they're showing the playoff predictions, they're showing 4 teams still.
Okay.
But
well, maybe it's next year's then.
Maybe they just didn't pay attention. Yeah. Other than that, man, just been eating good the last couple of days. A little too good.
A lot of barbecue.
Yeah. My mother-in-law's, my father-in-law's, and my mom's house. So that's where we're at today. We're at my mom's. She's been sick the last few days, so
okay.
She's feeling a lot better.
Okay.
Went on probably the last boat ride of the year, because we're getting ready to take the boat out, get it ready for the winter.
Mm-hmm. You guys have a storage place that you keep it?
No, it just stays in the yard. I got a neighbor that winterizes it with some shrink wrap.
Okay.
So you got to drain it of all the water and make sure there's nothing in the engine, because you don't want it freezing. And then he'll come over and winterize the whole thing, and you're good till everything melts, and then you get it ready for the next summer.
Now, do all of your kids swim?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. I never feel comfortable when I'm in a boat, man. I know last year I had to go to California for work, and we got on these pontoon boats out there. It was a team building exercise. We got on these pontoon boats, and I still was like, oh man. I found out that I get motion sickness, because we got to a point where we stopped moving and we were just sitting in place and just riding the waves. And man, I started getting sick. I was thinking like, okay, hurry up.
They got a lot of different stuff for that now.
Well, I didn't know that was going to happen to me, So now, next time I get on one of those things, I know I need to take something before I get on there, because I haven't been on a boat since Babalo. That's how long it's been for me. Yeah,
that's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So I'm the Babalo boat. I did get on the Princess boat, Angel's back. I have gotten on the Princess boat one time. Angel, you all good?
Yeah. Am I good now? Or
I think so, as of right now.
I just don't know if my computer overheated. That was why. If I freeze again, let me know.
All right.
Oh, we'll let you know.
Watch Trav use this as the fucking thumbnail. This shit's gonna be crazy. Oh man.
Okay, Angel, how was your weekend, man?
It was good, man. I was basically this whole weekend, man. This whole week, since being like my first week back at work, new job, trying to get acclimated as best as I can. My family was out on vacation, so I had to take care of their house, cut grass, do all that extra stuff. Basically just do all that house owning things that you need to do. Yesterday, I picked up my parents from the airport. They were in like a European cruise. Okay. So I picked them up, and then basically today I just been chilling, man. So I was just happy to get all stuff I needed done for work and all that. That's it. Besides that, ain't nothing else. I've been chill. Nice. Yeah.
How about you, Gene?
Yeah, my weekend was pretty good. I only had to teach sparring on Friday night, and that was it for Friday because the kids didn't have jujitsu. Steve couldn't make it. I think he went to a concert or something. So he didn't. It was no jujitsu on Friday. Saturday, me and Melissa, we went out with some of our friends. We went downtown, and so we sat and listened to some of the jazz. We had the Jazz Fest. There's a lot of stuff going on here this weekend. We had the Jazz Fest. We had Arts, Beats, and Eats in Royal Oak. Got the State Fair out in Novi. There's a lot going on. All we really did though was just go to the Jazz Fest.
We did. We got tickets to the fair. That was fun.
Okay, yeah, this is the first year I didn't really feel. I mean, it was just so hot, man. And Champ went out of town with his mom, and then DJ was with her dad. So it was just me and Melissa. So, and with it being real, fun. Well, with it just being as hot as it is, we were just like, we want to go out, just chill, Sunday, I mean, like I said, Saturday night we went out. We went to, while we were in Campus Martius for the Jazz Fest, we went to this restaurant named Park. It was real nice. Have you ever parked in the underground parking downtown, Joe, for anything?
Yes.
Right there off Jefferson?
Yep.
Okay. So I parked there, right? And I parked there because it's $10. During this time, downtown Detroit, you could easily end up spending $30, $40, $50 at one of the lots down there.
Oh, yeah. And
I was like, okay, number one, I don't want to drive around and be looking for a place to park. And then when you get in those spots, sometimes, those spots are kind of tight. I didn't want to deal with that. Plus, we could have ended up parking kind of far and then having to walk to that restaurant. I didn't really want to do that. The underground parking was not far from Campus Martius. It's nowhere.
Yeah.
So I parked down there. And it was fine until it was time to leave. And when it was time to leave, everybody that was down in that damn parking lot were leaving also. It took 40 minutes to get out of there.
That's the worst part.
That, man. Then the line was behind me. They wouldn't back up and let me back up so I can get in line with them. So luckily there was no cars in front of me. I feel my anger building. I'm getting hot. I'm trying not to let Melissa see that I'm getting pissed off. So when I got the opportunity, I was able just to pull forward and then loop back around. But it took 40 minutes to get out of there, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. But still, like I said, man, I still, it could have been worse if I parked somewhere else.
Hey, pro tip for the parking: go online. A lot of them sell their parking half price. We parked at the last Lions game I went to. We parked at Greektown. It was $30 parking. We paid for it online, and then you show it to them, $15.
I never knew that. Okay.
Me neither. My wife found it because we couldn't find a spot. We were driving all around trying to find a spot. Everything was out. She went online, found that, and we were trying to find it, because it just gives you the road. It didn't say Greektown. And when we got there, we're like, why are we at Greektown? This don't make no sense. So she drove up to ask the guy, and the guy's like, yeah, you're good. And I looked, and it's $30. And I said, didn't you just say you paid $15? She's like, yeah. I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Though, thanks for letting me know that, man. I'm gonna have to try that. Sometimes I used to park at on top of Kobo. Well, what is it? What is it now? Is it TCF or did they change it to something else? Huntington? Something, whatever it is now.
Always something different.
I used to park on the roof because parking up there was $8. And then I would just come down, and if I had to go somewhere like to Ford Field or Comerica Park, I would just take the people mover around to it because the people mover would come right back to Kobo. Or the Greektown or whatever. I used to do that. But it kind of worked out at Campus Martius. So it's no problem. Yesterday we went over, me and Melissa went over to my parents because they barbecued. So we went over there and picked up.
I'm gonna be real, man.
Yeah.
That food looks so good.
Oh, you saw the pictures that my dad and Travis were posting?
Good. Yo. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big small BBQ type dude. That food looks so good. Did he make pig ears or not?
Nah.
What was that Travis made? It looked like ears. It was looked like little triangles.
Oh, you know what? I didn't look at the picture, so I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. But
man, yo,
they did salmon, they did ribs, chicken, and they did some. I think they did some sausages. I know they did the Beyond hamburgers for me. So yeah.
Let me tell you, that food looked good.
My dad, he didn't get a chance to do any competitions this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask you, like, are they starting up the like, tournament season? But
yeah, he didn't do any this year. I know the one that he wanted to do. I don't think they were having it. It was a couple of them that they didn't have. So I don't know. I guess he didn't look to see if there were any more around. So they didn't go out to do any.
Let me tell you, man, one of my dreams is to go like a wing tournament, a chicken wing tournament.
Like cooking it or eating it?
Eating it.
I'm not eating it. Just like when you know how people cooking, they make their own wings, man.
So Joe wants to be in the eating contest, and Angel wants to be in the cooking contest.
Hold on. For everyone out there, I don't want to cook it. I just want to eat the food. I just want to walk around to see how people make their.
Oh, you just want to sample. You just want to go around and sample. Okay.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Okay.
I told y'all. Listen, if anyone out there, you guys see me in person, you guys want to be nice enough, get me a gift. Besides you hitting that like, subscribe, share button, throw me, if you want to give me a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card, I'm not going to turn you down. We'll go get it together. Honestly, we'll go get it together.
This is the second time he said that too.
He's going to be at tournaments. People going to be bringing up chicken. Like, don't do it to me. Do not bring me chicken at a tournament. Do not bring me any chicken. I don't want it. And it's not because it's not no racial stuff. I just don't eat chicken. I don't eat meat. I don't eat pigs. I don't eat chicken.
Where are we going with this? No one was even thinking that.
Man, every black person that's listening to it, and they know what I'm talking about, because that's a stereotype. That's a stereotype that black people like chicken. That's all black people want. They want some fried chicken. And yes, when I ate chicken, fried chicken was good, but don't bring me no chicken.
Yo, let me tell you, son. I go to my girl's house, and I told her mom one time, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, Ma, that stuff ain't fried, don't even bring it near me. I'm honest. Like, if that ain't fried, like, don't tell me you bake no chicken, because I will look at you and say, girl, you better go some hot sauce.
Baked chicken? Baked chicken good too.
It tastes too dry. I like grilled chicken. I love grilled chicken. Fried chicken I like the most, obviously, but like in terms of like a healthy alternative, I'll do grilled chicken. Baked chicken, I'm not a big fan of baked chicken. I feel like all it does is just cook the outside, so you just have like a good crust, but like the inside is still dry. I don't like it.
You just have to have a good marinade, and then you gotta cook it properly.
Yeah,
okay,
I agree. It's better grilled.
Yeah, that's all. But I just don't like it because it's dry. Oh damn, we in 22 minutes already. My bad.
Yeah, we about to jump into it. It's all good. Matter of fact, let's go, Joe. Oh, and then today for the holiday, me and Melissa didn't do too much. We kind of went shopping real quick and came back. That's pretty much it.
Y'all, to be honest with you, I didn't realize how much time I had on my hands. I felt like I had too much time. Like I had to go do something. It was crazy. But go ahead, Joe. My bad.
Silly. Nah, man. Never Back Down 2. The Beatdown. Interesting movie.
Yeah, man, you ruined the movies for me, Joe.
Why?
Because now I think it was a Karate Kid. That's all. I swear you.
That was Gene.
This right here this movie didn't remind me of the Karate Kid. I was trying to figure out, like, for at least for the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, like, where was this going? Well, it wasn't bad. I'm just like, wait. Who was the star? Who was the main guy?
That's the problem. They gave you 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
5 main characters, and even
the
girl, they gave you 6.
Most movies don't do that.
No, they really don't.
Yeah, but this.
I mean,
I didn't. I mean, it was just different. It was just something different. I didn't say nothing wrong with it. It was just at first, at the beginning of the movie, I was just lost, and then I was getting Mike and Zach a little confused because I didn't know the characters at first.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah,
yeah, they look kind of like my thing is this: why do they keep going with the whole like something wrong with the dad narrative? That was the only thing I just understood.
Well, this one, I'm gonna say right off the bat, this movie was very homophobic.
Yeah.
Like just
think about this. This is 12 years ago.
Unnecessarily homophobic.
This is 12 years ago.
Like they kind of centered the movie around it, sort of.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you want to pick a main character, it was which one had the dad? Mike. So Mike was like the Tyler from the last one. He was the mad guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was mad about his dad, and he was pissed off, and he needed like an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he wasn't nearly as bad. That was the character that made him. So the beginning of the movie just kind of shows the 4 main characters before they even give us Michael Jai White at all because we know he's in this movie. But they give us just 4 totally different people. You got a boxer, a wrestler, you got a dude trying to help with his family, and you got this nerdy comic
psychopath
dude. Yeah, who ends up being a psychopath halfway through the movie. And then we don't know much about them. They're just kind of one's moving into college and everything. And then what I forgot about, Max is in this movie again.
Yeah.
And Max is running the
I liked his role in this movie, actually.
Really? I thought he was a douchebag and a half.
Wow. Really?
I really
what
did.
The fuck is
I
wrong
really
with you?
did. Because he cared more about the beatdown than anything else. These people have problems, and he's not worried about any of their problems.
Let him do his thing.
That's fine. Do your thing, but stop worrying about. You're trying to get some of these people in trouble. You got this one guy got all kinds of issues, and you're like, what? He's backing out of the beatdown? Like, come on, bro. You got to be. I thought you were
That's
better
what
than
a
that.
promoter does.
Well, Joe,
he should have been punched in the face.
Joe,
well, you saw how hard he kicked that damn bag. He made some improvements.
That
Never
was
back down one.
He never even learned that in the first movie. So when did he learn that?
Well, I
when
mean,
did he learn that?
He could have kept training after the credits of the last movie.
You mean when his trainer went out of town to go see his dad finally?
Well, maybe his boy taught him, Tyler. Maybe he taught him.
I don't know. It was, and besides, Michael Jai White's or Chase, his technique was better anyway.
Casey, right? Or was his name Casey?
I thought it was Chase.
Michael Jai White's Casey. Let me look it up. I got it. Let me see.
Casey. Yeah, it is Casey.
Yeah,
okay,
Casey.
my
Casey.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Go ahead.
They're just showing the beginning's just showing everybody, but then they're showing the college life and everything like that. And like I said, they introduce Max, and you kind of see all these people meeting each other before they even, really meet each other.
Let me ask you a question. Did you like the way they started? Like, was it enough background knowledge about them for you, or did you guys want more?
No, I don't need that much.
No,
because the reason why I asked it, because how many times do we talk about in movies that bring people in, but we don't know nothing about them? I feel like in a way they kind of did just enough. They gave you just enough for you to know, but they didn't have to go. They didn't have to make like a second movie or movies out of it. They just enough for you to know, and then you can still watch the movie. I kind of like that part of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the only one that I don't think I really got enough is Tim, the big guy.
Yeah.
I don't think we really got enough about him and his.
You don't think so? I mean, his story was pretty simple: go to school and just trying to help mom out with the bills.
Yeah, but we never. That's just it. We never really got a explanation or any type of finale about that. Like, is he all right now? I mean, I know he got a job as a bouncer, but that was pretty much it. That's you're only gonna make so much money doing that.
Well, I don't know how well he was doing that job, because right after he got the job, he went and fought and he got Nancy Kerrigan.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So the movie, like I said, they're showing the college life. Mike is a little bit of a playboy, and he trying to holler at some girl, and she talking about, oh, I got a boyfriend. Is that going to stop you? And I don't need all that. I don't care. Why girls play that game? Like, okay, we all know that if he's talking to her now, he's probably going to get her in the end, some way, somehow. So why?
And that's why you don't date a girl that disrespects your wife. I want to say that.
Angel, you're gonna lose that battle, man. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. Your inbox is gonna be full with stuff, man. Just let that one go.
The way that's being said, it's just like I said. There's probably a different meaning that you're trying to say about it, but all people are gonna hear is, if you have a wife, you shouldn't have a girlfriend, and that's true.
Mm-hmm. Don't say nothing, Angel. Don't say anything.
There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say.
There's nothing.
Why would your girlfriend need to respect your wife if she's your girlfriend? You shouldn't have a girlfriend and a wife. That's just marriage.
That's right, Joe. You let them know.
So here's another part of this movie that kills me. Okay, so we got Jesse, the nerdy guy. He's a little emo. At the comic book store, he's getting chased by these guys. Justin. Mm-hmm. He's getting chased by these guys, and they're beating the hell out of him. They even cut him with a knife. he runs
that was
over
crazy.
to Casey and Tim training, and the guys run off, and then he joins up.
Mhm.
Okay, no problem. I got no problem with that. But then all of a sudden, down the road, he's like the best fighter. Like, how does that even?
Well, but I think that's because of what Casey said when Max brought the two guys over there. His thing was like, I ain't gonna teach you what did he say? I ain't gonna teach you what you want. I'm gonna teach you what you need, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All of his fighters,
everyone-
he would train them differently.
Yeah, so everybody had a whole different thing. If you noticed, like how you said, he just all of a sudden started training. Bro, this dude, Justin was able to put him in a figure eight. Like, I was like, how long you been there for? A week? Like, that's what we teach on. That's like teaching Gogo Plata. Like, there's no like there's no step process to it. But I mean, listen, that's why he runs the school. That's the way he runs the school.
The other thing that was crazy to me, was the fact that I completely lost my train of thought.
My bad. My bad.
Oh, I know what it was. So this movie wasn't laid out like Karate Kid, but I feel like because Michael Jai White was a director for this, I feel like he was trying to be like Ghetto Miyagi or something. Like
He ain't ever coming on this damn show. We done
correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We done now.
You see what I'm saying though? Do you understand what I'm saying? This dude was like, he kind of was like giving the Miyagi vibe, just he was putting his own spin on it.
I mean, I think you could say that for all martial art instructors in movies. It's going to be like that. It's going to have that feeling.
I'm gonna clip this one. I'm gonna clip this one so we can use this.
Go ahead. That's not what I said. I meant it.
Now let me ask you this though, because I didn't feel like rewinding the movie, but he mentioned that he went to jail. Did they say? I mean, why did they say he went to jail? I couldn't hear.
He tells the story close to the end before he gets set up. So he talks about how there was a situation where he got into an assault and battery situation. And that's what he went to.
Yeah. So and then after that, he started talking about his parents. What either one of you guys know what he said? What was that he was saying about his parents? So I know he was saying that they didn't get a chance to see him go to the next level or improve. Or...
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to see him be great because he got into some stuff before he could actually be great.
Okay.
Now, Casey,
yeah. His parents.
His
something happened to them.
Well, his whole thing was, I don't want to say it was an accident. I want to say he went to jail and then they died.
Yes.
Yeah, but like they died together. Were they killed? Were they in an accident?
We didn't know. We don't know nothing like that.
Okay, they didn't say.
Died.
They didn't really...
Yeah, they died while he was in jail, and he was like, he was like the next John Jones. Like if I could like put it into like an easier perspective, like he was the next dude.
Yeah, that's messed up. It's messed up that he said that the judge told him like if he would have killed him, he could have used the defense of self-defense. So if he would have shot them as opposed to beating them up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, that's sick.
That is stupid.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That is very dumb.
Which is crazy because like I don't know, I feel like you have way more control over whether you beat them up than you shoot them. God forbid you hit someone in like the artery in their leg, they're gonna die. They bleed out. That's just, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but the whole idea of being trained with your fists, like military, boxing, martial arts, like, I don't know. There's some of the judges will come down real hard on that stuff because they're basically saying, well, you are the lethal weapon. And, some people take this training and they might not, pull back like they should.
People don't understand. I mean, I know what you're saying. There's just, if people did it, they would understand that. It's still just because you have the training, it's still like let's say instead of a 50-50 shot that you can make out alive or not, depending on how.
No, I've told people that all the time. I've told people all the time. I've actually avoided more fights with martial arts than I have gotten into.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'll try arm bars, wrist locks. I'll go that route before I throw a punch.
Always, you always do that.
Because me, I like to try it. Like if somebody wants to fight me, I let them know right off the bat. I'd be like, listen, man, like I'm not saying like I'm better than you, But I'm telling you right now, there's stuff that's gonna happen that you might not even think of. And by the time like I got your arm crammed, backwards and you're screaming, like I'm trying to warn you. Leave me alone. Go away. And then that usually people don't mess with you because I'll tell someone like this is my arm now. You want it back? Leave me alone. Like that was my move. That was literally my move back then. I'd be like, this is my arm. Like you want it back? Leave me alone. Bye.
Mike would be so proud of you.
No, because it's better than me, because I can punch and kick somebody, but like I don't want to go to jail, man. I'm too pretty for jail.
Right.
Nah, listen, let me tell you something. You say that, right? I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been saying it for like the past 2 weeks after watching Avery's story. Yo, that man still made me laugh when he said, yeah, getting healed up, too pretty to die. I still could not get over when he said that. Still too pretty to die. I've been saying that to everybody now. I just randomly, I'm still too pretty to die.
Too pretty to die.
That's funny, Joe.
Hey, what are you gonna do, man? I say what I say. So these guys, all four of these guys, basically end up training with Casey, and he was a little reluctant at first, but this is what I'm talking about, the Miyagi thing. So he has one dude punching a piece of paper.
Yes. I did think of Karate Kid when I saw that.
That's all I'm saying.
How did you guys think about it? Because of the fly?
No, because it's like in real life, if you go into a martial arts school, that type of stuff is very rarely taught. You don't do that type of stuff. I want to have somebody punching a punching bag. I'm not going to have him hitting a piece of paper and tell him the objective is to put a hole in the middle of the paper. Like that type of stuff is like.
Okay, but I'm going to say your uncle was the first one to show me some unorthodox ways of training.
Yeah,
but first time, but I'm just saying at the camp, like my first time when I was at the camp and he pulled out them inner tubes and I went the bike tubes and I went, oh, what are we about to do?
But that's still training though. That's
no, I agree.
That's nothing like catch a fly with chopsticks or
I agree.
Punch this piece of paper and put a.
Doing chores, just doing chores in general.
Yes,
to learn martial arts.
I'll tell you what, my when I go training in Virginia with Nina and Sean, they at one point to help us with our blitzing or help us with our footwork and our dodging or fighting, he throws a bunch of gloves and balls at you. Like he stands you against the wall and he just throws them as you can. You just gotta duck, dodge, dip. So I don't know. I feel like there is like some unorthodox trainings out there.
No, there is.
I never seen no one do a paper. Never seen no one do a paper. But
my uncle had us doing stuff like that also, standing against the wall. But guess what? We were dodging. We were dodging punches and fists. I mean, punches and kicks. That's what we were dodging against the wall.
Yes. So he's basically taking everybody's weakness and turn them into their strengths. Like if you're a wrestler, he's going to teach you boxing. If you're a boxer, he's going to teach you some jujitsu, and
he'll teach you the opposite of what you were good at, right?
Yeah. And he's also teaching. Who is it? Was it Mike that he was teaching the capoeira to?
Yeah, no. It was Zach. It was Zach.
Zach was doing capoeira.
Zach was the boxer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense so Zach earlier showed like when he was on top of his game, he took a bad fight last minute and got pretty messed up to the point where he had a detached retina and he has a bad eye. And this is going to come into play later when later on at the big fight at the end. So these guys are training, they're all getting good, they're kind of buddy and there is a bit of a turning point where that kind of goes wrong. And I'm trying to see, like, I watched this the other day because I thought we were recording then, but where I guess we can talk about it because there's nothing really crazy big in between. I mean, Mike wants Zach's girl before he knew it was their girl, and he kind of eyeballs her a few times. Zach seems like he's a bit of a player, so there is a point where he breaks up with his girl just to go mess with some other girls. And then, of course, Mike moves in on that, which I don't know. I gotta they weren't boys at this point.
It was weird what they were doing with that character, because on one hand they were trying to make him like real douchebag.
Yes,
but at the same time they were still friends. You know, so this is like, as you know, not to bring up the Karate Kid again, but this is like Daniel and Johnny being friends throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
you know, without any, animosity between. I mean, there's a little bit, but they kind of just push it to the side,
Yeah.
Well, my biggest issue with this whole thing is like you just tried to talk to this girl before you found out who her boyfriend was.
Hold on,
What?
Angel. It ain't Kool-Aid though. But go ahead now, Joe.
You silly. You tried to talk to this girl before you found out who her boyfriend was. She rejected you because she had a boyfriend. Then you become boys with her boyfriend. They break up and you move right in. That to me is just like that.
That's grimy. That's grimy, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
That's guy code. You breaking guy code right there. But I mean, it's a movie, so whatever. So moving on, this one line that I have to get to before we get to the next part is they are at the strip club for a match, and it's basically their instructor per Max, because he's trying to get money. Max puts him up in this club, and it's a strip club that Tim's mom works in. And they're all sitting around, and the idea is if you can last a minute against Casey, then you get $100. So he takes it real serious, and he won't back down, and he's gonna mess it up. So he's like takes it as every single time he wins, it's a win in his mind. So they're sitting at the table, and was it Justin? Justin
instigated it. Yeah.
No, Justin says to Tim, "Oh, your mom works here? I wish my mom was a stripper." Who says that?
This guy had issues, man.
Says that?
He's sick,
Who
man.
says that?
No one.
Who says that? I'm sorry. Your mom? You wish your mom was a stripper. Why?
Right.
Why? No, you don't. Nobody wishes that.
No.
Little boy or girl wakes up and says, "God, I wish my mom was a stripper and all my friends were going to look at her." No. That was so weird. Who decided that was a good idea?
Yeah. Mom, I need my lunch money. Give me some of those singles.
That was the point where I'm like, this dude is good. Now, see, like I said, we were getting it mixed up. Mike gets mad and gets up and goes to challenge Casey.
Yep.
And ends up getting put in a position where Casey is trying to make him tap with an armbar and says he'll break it, and Mike won't tap. So he doesn't break his arm, but he really should have. If you say you're gonna break someone's arm, you really should break it.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what you do. I got you.
Listen, man, I don't say something unless I mean it, so I wouldn't have said it.
I mean, that's his student. I mean, that was his student. He didn't.
That
want
was
to
a
break
student.
Yeah, and it was a kid, and as a kid too. Like he didn't want to hurt him.
I get that, but why say it if you don't mean it?
I mean, he was trying to put some fear in him.
You gotta teach him a lesson. Just don't say it. That's all I'm saying. Don't say it.
I don't want to take no bow class with you. God, Jesus Christ! if you say don't make it. If Joe says make a front stairs, I'm gonna hit you with the bow. You gonna really hit me with the bow?
I'm gonna come out the office and like y'all better get in the front stands. You better get in the front stands right now for your legs' sake.
I wouldn't say that. Listen, I wouldn't say that. Moving on. Oh, so these police officers, this part pissed me off too. Like I said, there's a lot of homophobia in this movie.
That was my.
There's a lot of racism also.
Yeah,
I mean, these police pull up on Casey and basically tell him for no reason whatsoever that he's got to leave.
Oh,
he wouldn't bother nobody.
Did they say where this movie was? Because I don't remember from the first movie.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm down front, bro. I just assumed it was down south. I know it's gonna sound bad. I'm sorry, everybody, but that's just what I assumed.
I kind of had a feeling because I remember in the first movie
they
had left from Iowa and they came
to Orlando, right? Or was it Los Angeles? Which one? No, it was Orlando.
I thought it was Ohio.
From Iowa. No, they went from Iowa to California. Oh no, Florida. The second, the first one.
Okay, Florida. Okay, so then this one probably was around Florida also. Then I mean, even though people go away for college, so Max. Only reason I'm saying that was because Max was there.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that, you know, so then it would kind of make sense because those cops had accents when they were talking. They sounded, you know, like some good old racist boys, you know. So I just assumed they were from the South also, ain't you?
No, I felt the same way. I just assumed. Who
Uh,
knows? So the guys all get a little pissed off, so they find a place and kind of make it work. Get some equipment.
shit,
They get a
find a
nice little.
place. I need them to find me a place like that.
Okay,
know, right?
explain that to me also because
So I guess the way I understood it, Max had the hookup. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about you guys. It almost looked like that's where they had the Beatdown one at. Just take away all the stuff because
Okay,
it was
but
just an area.
Max didn't hook this up. This was
no,
Tim.
yeah, it was Tim.
Oh,
So
it was
what?
him?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
Tim
Tim.
hooked it up. It was an abandoned warehouse with some
Yeah.
garages. So and then Zach had basically stole some equipment that was already stolen. So he got some bags and they got an octagon and everything. I mean, this
I don't
was
know
a
how did
very
that
nice setup.
octagon if he was at a boxing gym. It made no
I
sense to
know.
me.
Listen, man,
Made
movie
no
magic.
sense to
What do
me.
you want? So it was cool, and they got a really nice place to train now. And they even convinced Max to bring the beat down there to save a little money because he was freaking out. And but you know they're doing all this training, and now they got a really nice place to train. But lo and behold, you know something's got to go wrong because we need to shake it up a little bit. Jesse's crazy ass, Justin, sorry. He first off he goes and shaves his head for whatever reason.
Yo,
And they had
that was the wildest thing. I was
Yeah.
like, made him look real crazy.
Listen, strike one, you said you wish your mom was a stripper. Strike two, you shaved your head. Now you look like some crazy Nazi boy. Strike three, he goes and finds the guys that were beating around, messing him up in the beginning. Now he's got a little training, and he beats the shit out of all three of them, breaks their arms, like. But then here's the problem. This is strike three for me. He runs back to his sensei and basically said, "Oh man," he's all excited. He's like, "I just assaulted all these guys," and he's like, "You know, just like you taught me." And he's looking at him like, "Dude, you can't do that. Like, this is not what I'm teaching you this stuff for. Like, this is to defend yourself. That's fine, but I'm not teaching you to go out and actually physically hurt people." So he kind of gets pissed off.
Oh, he wants to because he didn't want it to come back to him. He didn't want to go back to jail.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was on. He was on. What's it called?
Of course,
probation.
So he ends up kicking him out of the program.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where Jesse Justin shows that he's a little bit of psycho. Mm-hmm. Now I get that because the dude's probably been picked on a lot and had issues and stuff, but I mean he had a good thing going. Why mess that up just to mess up three guys that were messing with you? You know what I'm saying? Like if they mess with you again, yeah, go ahead and take them out, but you don't gotta do all that.
And they didn't even remember him when he showed up. They didn't even remember him,
right?
When they did that at the beginning of the movie, they kind of made it seem like there was already issues between him and those guys, but they didn't explain what happened or what the issues were. If they did,
that was the idea because the beginning of the movie started off at the beatdown, and then we go what led up to everything that was going on at the beatdown. Well, and so
remember before he got beat up by them. I paid attention to this. He looks out the door and kind of looks around before he comes out of the comic book shop.
He probably was already getting beat up before.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, why is he acting scared? Because he was acting scared. And then he came out, he locked the doors, and he's walking around. He's looking like, okay, everything, the coast is clear. And then he sees Casey and Tim working out. And they stop and they look at him, and he goes the other direction. And then that's when he runs into those guys, and then they attack him, and it seemed like they kind of knew him. It didn't seem random. So I was wondering if they had explained it, if I missed it, what happened earlier before we see what happens. It just seemed like something else happened. Okay, they never. Okay,
no, they never showed us.
Okay, or said anything later, like, oh, back in the day, these guys did X, Y, and Z. Okay, got
it. So we find out the police show up at Casey's, and basically it looks like they planted a gun on him. But we do find out that it was actually Jesse who planted the gun and probably
You just don't want to call him Justin at all, huh? You don't want to call him
I
Justin.
don't know why. He looks like a Jesse. Justin. I'm just going to call him Jay.
Is it Jesse Eisenberg? When he cut his hair, now he's looking like Jesse Eisenberg?
I think so. I really do think so. It's driving me nuts. Justin had set him up. So now,
did Justin call the police?
Had to have.
Okay, because I was wondering, like, why did the police just randomly show up?
Well, they were looking for anything anyway, but I'm sure someone tells them, "Hey, go look for a gun." They're going to do that. So they set him up, and that's when like you said at the beginning of the beatdown, you could see there was some kind of beef between them and Justin. So after all that, most of the guys were going to do the beatdown, but I think was it Mike who was pulling out and not going to do it?
It was Zach.
Tim. Oh, I thought Tim said
I don't think Tim was planning to do it at all.
Yeah.
And Zach was, Zach was like, you know what? I don't.
Oh, you know what? Then maybe all of them got out, and so Justin pulled this to kind of pull them back in. Now they're pissed off and they want to all beat him up in front of everybody to get back for Casey. But Casey does eventually get away from it and prove his innocence for the most part.
Yeah, the gun didn't have his fingerprints on it at all. All the fingerprints that were on it
had Justin's.
Yeah.
Which to me is a dumbass move for somebody that planted it. Like, that's the dumbest thing. You just
this dude is just starting his life of crime, man. So he's not very smart.
He ain't even had one. You over here, all you gotta do is just wipe the
assaulting the guys, and now this part. So
it was very short.
Before all this happened, Zach had talked to Casey about having a bad eye and the detached retina. Probably shouldn't have been fighting, but Casey showed him how to. He's basically said, "Well, you're not a righty anymore; you're a southpaw, and use some of the capoeira I taught you to avoid being hit." So it's helpful information, but
that
easier said than done.
That fight scene of Casey with the cops and handcuffs, that's actually that's a really good fight scene. That's probably one of my
I did like that fight scene.
Like, I thought it was really interesting how he was able to maneuver that stuff. And to know that he did that actual choreography, because Michael Jai White did it, was actually really interesting, man. It was really cool.
You know what? I like the fight scenes in this movie just as much as I did the first one. But my only gripe is I wish Michael Jai White would have showcased more of his fighting. That was really the only fighting he did other than teaching.
Yeah, and I wish, honestly, when this movie first came out, I wanted to see him fight Machito more.
Yeah, that would have been great.
But it was short-lived. But I'll tell you what.
I miss Machito. It was one of my favorite UFC fighters, man.
Bro,
I liked him too.
On that. We got to have a whole on that. The third one has more fighting of Casey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, third one.
I do know. So again, like I said, a lot of the stuff. So the big thing about Mike and his dad was his dad left his mom for a man, and this keeps coming up. A lot of people are using this, just like the first one with Tyler, dad being a drunk. This was used to piss Mike off anytime somebody wanted to instigate something with Mike, and to me, it was just very unnecessary. Like, I realized that was the storyline and everything like that. And, it's no fun when parents break up to begin with. But my belief is, if you love who you love, like, you can't help that. So people need to just let it be. But like you said, this was a different time and things are a lot better now, but still crazy. But I just felt like the movie kept pushing that issue too much. Mm-hmm. And it was just unnecessary. Like, okay, good. Tell the story, do it. Maybe mention it once or twice, but they mentioned
it more than once. But you know what, Joe? The first time I didn't hear what they said, what happened between his parents. I know it kept coming up. I think it wasn't until Justin brought it up at the bar is when I finally heard it and understood. It was like, oh wow, damn, that's messed up. But hey, they had to give him a reason as to why he was so angry all the time.
No, I agree, but I mean, like I said, there was just everybody kept talking. Even Eve kept bringing it up to him. That was the part that
Yeah,
was
not
getting me
there.
too.
Yeah, that was
Like,
weird.
why do you care so much, chick?
Yeah,
She wanted him to talk about it more, and I'm like, just let the dude, get to know him before you dive into all his issues.
right.
So the conclusion to this whole thing is everybody's fighting in the beatdown, and everyone, going to try and square off against Justin. And so Justin, just like the first movie, he's really enjoying hurting people. The rest of the group is doing their best, to just get by. A lot of jujitsu. Tim just knocking people out with one hitter quitters. And when it does come time for him to fight Justin, like I said, Justin got him in the bathroom and Nancy Kerrigan his ass, which I thought was pretty cheap because he didn't want no part of Tim, and I can't blame him.
No.
Like, that's a big dude.
And then he learned his lesson because he wipes off the baton, he cleans the baton and then tosses it down.
No good now. Nobody was going to snitch on him. They want to beat his ass.
Yeah, well, Justin at the end of this movie, we didn't see this, but he's going to jail.
Oh, he should.
Yeah, he's going to jail, not only for what he did to Tim, but also for trying to frame Casey.
Yes.
And he's also underage and has a gun. So
he just went from being that nerd in the store trying to get with that nerdy chick with the comics to just being a complete degenerate. So everybody's kind of moving on in the fight, and was it Mike and Zach had to fight each other?
Yeah.
And
I'm glad they did that, because I was thinking as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, okay, who is Mike going to be fighting at the end? And I was hoping it was going to be Justin, because I was like, okay, it's too corny if him and Zach are fighting, because Mike is now dating Eve, which was Zach's old girlfriend. I did not want to see that.
I like this. The Mike and Zach fight was good because they didn't try to kill each other, but they did. Right. They're both very competitive, so it was a very competitive fight. It was a good fight, and then Mike wins, goes to fight Jesse, and then he beats Jesse. Justin. God, I can't even. He basically takes Justin out, and Casey shows up for that, and then everybody goes off and goes their own way, and Justin ends up in jail.
They don't show that part, but that has to happen at the end of it.
It really does have to happen. This dude's a psychopath.
I was hoping to see Big John McCarthy in the third one. I didn't.
Yeah, he kind of made an appearance. The only issue I really had was they didn't really explain what happened at the end of Zach and Mike's fight. So, he ends up choking him out, and then he's just kind of laying there, and he's just staring off into space. He didn't get hit, so it wasn't the eye. So to me, it was weird. Like, what is wrong with him? Why is he just laying here like this?
He lost consciousness to his brain.
I think he just was like happy to, be there and happy to be fighting, but not, not going blind.
Okay. All right.
That's the way I took it. Okay.
So what grade did you guys give this movie?
For me, this is a solid B for me. It wasn't, spectacular over the moon, but it wasn't bad. It was a good movie. It was just as good as the first one. I liked the characters. The fighting was great. Like I said, I would bump this up to an A if Michael Jai White just had a few more fight scenes.
Okay. Angel, what do you think? You probably giving it an
A. B plus is what I was gonna give it.
B plus. Okay.
Yeah, B plus.
B plus is good.
Yeah, Angel, I agree with you. I'll give it a B plus also. Yeah, it's just small things that I wish they would have talked about or explained a little bit better. It's not much, man. I definitely will watch this movie again. And I always think if this movie was on TV and I'm flipping through the channels, I see it on, would I stop and look at it? Yeah, I would.
That's how I think. Exactly how I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And next week we're watching the third one, right? Is this the last one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a fourth one.
Oh, really?
It's newer. Yeah, 2021.
Oh, okay. Angel hasn't heard of that yet.
Well, I guess I gotta go do my research. Shit.
Well, while Angel does his research, I'm gonna say that's it for this week. Everybody stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I will play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.